All right, this Mac
and Alexis, let's get it.
This is the Judge As Not podcast back at the courthouse. Of course, we got my boy Dame in the building. I feel weird sitting over here, and we got some guests.
Right? Introduce the guests, man. They need a big introduction too.
Introduce themselves. There's ladies. Who we got? Who we got?
What's up, y'all? It's Andy from Surviving Adulthood Podcast.
And I'm Charmane from Charmane's World Podcast. I feel like I should be looking.
Hey, I know it is kind of well.
I don't know. And I'm Tennille from Surviving Adulthood.
Welcome.
Surviving Adulthood. That's interesting.
Man,
That's interesting.
Let's unwrap that.
Yeah, let's dive into that. Like, what? How'd y'all come up with that name? And let's talk about that shit because I feel like do what you gotta do. We don't judge here.
Because I don't remember.
right.
Lie your ass off. Just make something up. It's okay.
Well, I don't want to. I can't make nothing up because we used to have a third person, and yeah.
I didn't even know I was going to be a part of a podcast. So let's start there.
There you go.
She invited me to do one episode. I'm like, her. It was supposed to be like, oh, okay, come on, let's talk about
She was like,
whatever.
yeah, I'll see you next week.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, what? This is the thing. You want me to come back?
I was like, I'll see y'all. I said, I'll see y'all next week. So like, let's figure out what topics.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was like, no, y'all must. And
I
so
like that.
must.
I like that. That's like that peer pressure shit I be on.
That shit really do.
We gonna do this.
I know they was probably light me up in their text message like, this bitch right here.
Because the surviving adulthood is interesting because your shirt says adulthood isn't for everyone, and I thought that was very true.
That is
Man.
extremely
Interesting.
true.
Some people need to take a long walk.
Now you got me really thinking, like, how did we come up with the name?
I really don't remember.
Maybe.
Did it have a name when you invited her on?
No, it was created the three of us, and
I think we was just talking and we was like, we surviving adulthood. Like,
something
I
like
like
that.
it. I like it. It resonates with a lot of people. I know that shit resonates with me.
For sure. That shit is that shit is hard.
It really is.
That shit is hard.
I got a question. What's the hardest thing that just pops out to in your mind, like of surviving adulthood? Like, what would be the number one thing? Like, this shit is real. Like, this shit. Is it kids?
I was just about to say parenting.
Yeah,
I think
parenting is
balancing
different.
Other people's
life and their life at the same time. Yeah.
Like you got to make sure you always on your shit because you got some other people that you got to take care of.
That's
So,
dependent on you. Yeah.
For sure. You all have kids, or who got kids? Who don't?
I have a son. He's
Have a son?
I'm too deep.
Charmaine, no.
I don't have any kids.
Yeah.
So y'all got me fucked up.
He's like,
I'm surviving just good, just great.
What about you, Charmaine? Like when did you realize, like, man, fuck this shit? Like, not with the kids, but like adulthood.
Hey, I completely understand.
Either way, we don't judge you.
Okay. When did I realize what?
Like adulthood was like
Damn,
It's hard.
like this shit hard, yeah. Or you just kind of like.
I was not lying about this shit.
No, I feel like we were talking, and Andy was like, I can't. Something people will say like, I can't wait till I'm grown. I can't wait till I'm 18 or whatever. I never said that. Like, I feel like even as
So you already
as
really?
a teen, I was pretty reflective. Like, I see what the fuck is going on.
That's
like
interesting.
I know kind of what to
Got
expect.
you.
Like I always like watch my parents, my aunts, my grandparents. Like I kind
Sure.
of knew what it took to.
So you kind of feel like you.
So I was just
Would you say you grew up? Would you say you
Yeah.
grew up early then? Like.
No, I feel like I just was, given a lot
Just
of
aware.
responsibility,
Yeah.
just very like aware.
She was mature.
And I just was kind of just like, no lie, I used to think I was gonna die before I graduated high school. I used
my
to
motherfucking
pray all the
twin.
time.
Y'all over
Okay,
here,
let's
y'all got
talk about
I used to really like pray, like just like, Lord, can I just make it to graduation? Like I don't know why that's
Why is it though? You in the streets heavy, like, or what? What's going on? Is that what it is?
He said that.
No,
Yeah.
it really could have been.
My
No, it really
motherfucking doppelganger, bro.
Yeah, for real. Y'all got a lot of.
It really could have been, cause like I don't know. Like I spent like a lot of I really can't say. I've spent a lot of time in different places, and so like You know, I've seen people just. You know,
I shouldn't be smiling, but it's like
He is.
So proud of me.
He's enjoying this.
I am. I'm excited and shit. I'm like, damn.
Yes.
This what I did.
But I used to
This
really
what I
be
like.
like concerned, like if I'm just gonna live to. It could be my grandparents. You know, they knew we was all dying in 2000. So,
Yeah.
like, I just, you know, I just pray to get to like, let me just get to 18, please.
Got you. Got
See,
you.
I didn't.
And then once I made it, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's work on 25. Like, that's
Really?
just
Same shit.
So what's your thought now? I'm like,
now it's to get on the plane and get off.
Yeah.
That's like one of my biggest fears now. I never used to be afraid of flying, but now I'm kind of like, no.
Really?
So it's just like, get on the plane and get off. Like,
Yeah.
I just
Interesting.
I can identify with that.
But like, that's
That's
really
just a
it.
recent thing.
So the whole adulthood thing, I never was like, oh, I can't wait. I never was like,
Yeah,
oh, I
same,
don't want to do
yeah.
it. It was just like, you know, when
Same,
it's my
yeah.
time.
That's why I asked you, like, did you grow up like early or whatever? Because when I was a kid, like, I didn't even think that far. Like, I didn't my mind wasn't there. I was for sure I was gonna be dead by 18, for sure.
Yeah.
So I didn't think past that, like, oh shit, I'm about to get my shit together for this and that. Didn't even cross my mind.
I
Then
didn't start planning for like, I guess, life or whatever until like my junior year of high school. Because then everybody's like, well, you're gonna go to college. Like, my parents didn't talk to me about that, so it wasn't even a thought.
mine's literally didn't start until I had a kid. Like literally.
junior year, like,
I'm like,
okay,
shit, now
you
I gotta
gonna
feed
start
this
doing- I was like,
motherfucker.
oh.
So now,
That's interesting. That's interesting. What about y'all? Y'all was, because I know I couldn't wait. I was like 16. I could finally work, applying. I'm like, I'm ready. You know what I mean? Do my own thing. So what
I
about y'all?
definitely wanted to be grown. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't wait. I had older friends, and even the friends that were like closer in my age group. I don't know. I just felt like we was just out there. We was always on missions.
Those were
Like,
I remember
like,
missions.
like,
I remember missions.
She used the
Yeah.
mission
always on
term.
missions, you know.
Sit hype.
But the curfew really humbled me. So like, you know, I was like, okay, I'm a kid, but I couldn't wait though. Couldn't wait to move and go away and go to school,
Yeah.
get a job, whatever. Just bye.
Got you. Got you.
Damn.
What about you?
I mean, shit. I was a parent at 16, so
Oh, so you
I was like,
started early for real.
I was
I'm
17.
grown.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got a baby. What you gonna tell me?
Got
17,
you, got
18.
you. Let me ask you this. So you started at
She was.
16. Did you?
Yeah.
Because it's always curious. I like to see like when people have kids early. Did you ever have like a stage where you was like you trying to kind of get back some of your youth, like maybe in your 20s or something? Like,
feel like-
y'all grown enough now. It's time for mom to have some fun. Is it? Was?
Oh
did
yeah,
you-
that's that age right now.
Yeah,
My son's
yeah,
15,
I was about to-
I'm
that's
like, where you going? Oh, take your sister with you. Like he be like, come on, mom.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
take her with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like I missed out on anything. Like I definitely was going to clubs and like I had a good support system.
Mm-hmm. Got
so
you. That's
I never
good. That's
really
important.
missed out on like not doing things. I took trips, you know. So
Okay.
thank goodness for my support system.
Yeah, yeah. Now that's a blessing for real. I know some people got kids and they can't do shit. Like they
Yeah.
can't go nowhere. They got to
For
plan
real.
way in advance and all that. You know what I mean?
can't
So
even imagine.
yeah. How old is your son? You say you had a son? 8. Okay, gotcha. That's my daughter's age. Okay. Yes. Yeah, kids definitely
They slow
switch
it
it
down
up.
a little
Yeah,
bit, but
they do.
You
Yeah.
can't just, you know, okay, I'm about to do this at the drop of a dime.
Yeah,
I definitely
yeah.
have to plan, but
I wanna jump back to Charmane world real quick.
he
I want
love
to get
it.
some of that dark energy. What?
he been saying that the whole time.
What? Why did you feel that you wasn't going?
You want to go there?
Yeah, hell yeah.
He want to keep it
wanna
dark.
visit.
He want
It's
to
the
keep it.
Charmane world, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
He want to get in your
People
world.
want to know. The people want to know.
I don't want to talk about how I thought I was gonna die. I don't know.
I just want to know what put you in that mindset. Like,
I would say it really could have just been like
You
the
just out there
environment
thugging?
I spent a
Yeah.
whole lot of time like in North Richmond all the time, and so like
That'll do it.
Right.
I should stay there. Too.
yeah, so like
Like
if you
4
know
years.
like 97, 98, 2000, 2001 too, like everyone was just dying all the time, like all the time. Like there was this green store on now it's called Fred Jackson Way, but Filbert or whatever. And like we would go in there, and they just they put the whole community pictures up, so you see everybody who got a baby, who got kids, they pictures up from the mall and shit. And then on another side, it would just be obituaries, like people was just always fun. Like, you know, I didn't sit on the corner and watch the raid for fun. Like, this is entertainment. Like, that's not what you should be seeing. But it was just like a common thing. And then I would spend some time like in Alamany and San Francisco, and it was just always somebody.
Like, it was active over there too.
That's crazy too that you brought up that year too, because that's when a lot of shit
like he used to be
my brother died in 03.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of shit going on everywhere, like Rodeo,
it was
Richmond.
really high. Like they used to like gun people down on the Parkway. Like even to this day,
the Parkway.
If I get on the Parkway, I'm 80.
The Parkway is the only Parkway that touched every part of Richmond, bro. It's like every project is right there on the end of that. So
that's when people used to be like, everybody just dropping like flies. Like damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah. So maybe it was that. That's the only thing I could really think of that would make me think that. And then again, I had my grandma. She used to always talk about how we was living in our last days. And so I don't know, but maybe that also. But yeah, I used to really feel like I just want to live.
Interesting.
Let me tell you about words, bro. Let me tell you about words.
I had a good life. That was just like one thing that I just would always be like concerned about. That I wasn't going to.
Probably lined up now though. Now that you
now
seem
that
like
I've passed 18 a couple times.
Yeah.
I feel really good. I'm able to plan and live a nice life.
Yeah, I was like that when I was thinking like that. I was like, okay, 18. Once I hit 18, I'm like, okay, let's see where 21 go. 21 happened, or like 25 happened. I said, okay, now I don't give a fuck because I'm maxed out to me. So I really just didn't give a fuck. At that point, when I hit 25, I was like, okay, God got me here for a reason. I haven't completed something yet. So until that happens, then I'll be satisfied. So
that's what's
I think I ain't gonna say I really sleep better at night, but I'm doing better.
I gave you that sage, man. You sleeping a little better.
That motherfucker got lit twice.
You need to light it.
I think the problem with me with that is that, I like to embrace the dark energy, bro. It's something.
I see.
It's something. I just think.
Does that bring you comfort or something?
It do. It's just.
I can see like it's like.
You want to know what? It's crazy because, like, especially with like social media and stuff like that. Like, I like when people put out positive shit. But I also know that people lie about it, and I just like to hear the dark shit because people don't try to put out the dark shit.
So
but
is
I
it the
get
dark
why people
shit
do
or
it.
the real shit? Because that's like the labels is
the dark shit. I'm gonna tell you why. The dark shit because everybody has a dark thought somewhat, and nobody wants to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but that's in everybody's head. But everybody gonna be judged by it. Everybody feel like they judged by it.
Let's tap into that thing because I definitely feel that because I done told my kids a few times like y'all fail to realize that kids used to get dropped off at their grandparents' house and their parents was not coming back. So I said, keep talking shit. Y'all motherfuckers
fuck around and find out.
They're going to take it back to them days.
Dark thoughts. Yeah.
So What gets it to that point where you get like that frustrated to even say that? I feel you. Trust me. I definitely. I'm not questioning. I'm just
parents, like I don't got to deal with this shit. They be like, Mom, tripping. She crazy.
Yeah. Does it come from?
I think I just be frustrated sometimes. Like I said, dealing with other people's emotions and attitudes.
Your kids.
Yeah. Hey, no, I feel it.
People. She's calling now. I don't know. It just be like a feeling like I literally surviving adulthood where you just be overwhelmed with stuff and it be like I'm trying to balance myself and y'all just my son he be like you got it, you grown, like you know like I'm like no.
now that shirt makes sense though. Now that shirt makes sense putting it in that perspective because it's like not everybody can like think of some shit and like walk away from it, or you know what I'm saying, like somebody bump into you at a grocery store or whatever, you just like, damn, I should slap the shit out of you, but I'm gonna be a bigger man and walk away. You know what I'm saying? And that's some adult shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be on some little kid shit and just be like, bro, I'm gonna trip you in the hallway, like you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kick you down the stairs.
And then I would be wrong. But you know,
right.
we having them thoughts about where it be like, I could just really.
No, he gonna say, but you not.
But because you're not wrong. Because that's what I hate. It's like when I do something, it's just like now I'm the bad guy when you know I did it because you did some foul shit. You know what I'm saying?
That separates you from being an adult than being.
Of course. Like I get
Children,
it.
they don't know how to really regulate.
They don't have no filters.
So that would make you wrong.
That would make you wrong.
That would make you wrong.
So what about the person who didn't grow up? So
you got some healing.
And there's consequences to moving that way too. Though.
But that's what maybe I'm the consequence. Maybe he need to get slapped.
Yeah.
But then you gonna have consequences to.
But I'm willing to deal with that. So
hey, okay.
I'm willing.
Maybe they'll think about it in the car, like, damn, I did just bump that person.
See, but some people don't. That's one thing about me. Like anything that happens to me, I'm always prepared for my shit because I know what I do. So I'm like, I always make a conscious decision on what I'm doing. I never have to be like, oh damn, I shouldn't have did that or whatever the case is. But some people just don't.
They don't think about
it. They don't care.
They just be having stuff on their mind and going through a lot.
Yeah, but let's talk about it.
And I feel like
let's talk about it.
I know. I see what I felt was a good moment, right, where someone did the right thing. You did the right thing. The DMV situation.
Oh yeah, I love that moment. That
was
a
good.
Moment.
That was a very good, solid moment.
Yeah,
that was a very good adult.
Do share.
So what happened was my man was at the DMV. He was going to get his new ID or whatever.
Okay.
So in the DMV they got all these arrows and shit now, and it's not really clear on where you're supposed to stand and take your picture. And then so happily it was another gentleman who was in line, I guess, but he didn't know. But he just he's just standing there thinking he next. He go take a picture. Other dude like, I was standing here. This is my turn. He's like, well, I'm already, he in place. About to take the picture. Right. I'll take a picture, whatever. So dude, he's salty probably. And so they take his picture. He get out. I'm sure the picture's nice.
Right.
And so then the dude has something to say. So he tells him like, man, I ain't know. I'm sorry. Dude ain't trying to hear that shit. Fuck you, probably call him a bitch ass nigga. Well, no, right.
Yeah,
so then he like walks out. So
not only did she remember, she added a little something. I like this.
I like that. Nigga, wait till I see you.
Her story better than mine. Shit, go ahead.
He like walks off, I guess maybe has a seat, stands somewhere, got some other business, who knows. Then the guy probably takes his picture, comes back around. Man, I'm sorry. But in his head, he thinking how should he handle it? Like, should I walk on him? Because he can really just like, look, nigga, I already said sorry. I did not know. I did not know. But when you upset, just think if you the dude who's standing there, you've been standing there or whatever, you like, what? Like, and you probably like, damn, now what should I do? Should I just go in on Cuz for cutting me, or should I just not say nothing, but I'll say I look like a bitch probably. But anyway, he must have had some sort of moment to think in his mind. So he came back around. Conscience. Yes, came back around and he apologized to him.
Yeah.
And I think he did that based off your energy. He was like, okay, I know he didn't really mean harm by you. For me, it's like maybe I just came off fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
When you treat people like that, it made him
come back around and apologize.
Yeah. I didn't like match him either. When I did try to apologize, he was like up here with it. I was like, all right, it's good. I'm gonna just, I tried. Let me dip. And then he had time to process his shit, and then he came back. And
I had a little story like that, but I didn't.
You do?
Oh, do it?
A little.
I'm not good. I'm not good at kissing nobody's ass, I guess. But I was at a parking spot. I was. This is over a parking spot, bro. The whole shit almost went that over a parking spot. I was at fucking Vallejo and fucking. I was at Red Lobster or some shit, and then I guess
it go down at Red Lobster.
I guess somebody was supposed to be waiting for the parking spot, right? So
your monkey ass.
I get in. Lady like, hey. She like, hey, I was waiting for that park, and I was like, oh, for real? I'm like, oh, well, shit, I didn't know, and I just kept going. You feel me? And then and she kind of like tried to close me. And she was like, hold on, she said some shit, and I just like kind of like stick my head in the car, like, so what? You gonna hit me? You gonna hit me, right? And then. And she was like, I'll see you inside, whatever. I was like, well, I'll meet you in that motherfucker then. You feel me? So
where's the good part of
that? So she come in here. So she come in here with her husband or whatever the shit is. And he like, hey, something about the parking spot. And I'm just like, all right, here we go. I'm like, yo, check this out, partner. So we go at it a little bit, and he like, you gotta play by the rules or some shit like that. And I'm just like, all right, so I said, me. I'm like, so what you wanna do? I'm like, you ain't got your parking spot and you're not finna do shit. So what you wanna do about it? And he just said something and he walked off. And I'm just like, that's the end of that. And never got your parking spot, but
so I thought you were gonna I thought you was gonna say.
But what I'm saying is I'm talking about matching the energy. Like I could have been like, I'm sorry, but I was just like, fuck you.
You was on high.
Oh, so you matched the energy.
Yeah.
That's what the
But that's what I'm saying. I had a situation like that where I had a situation like yours, but I went the other route. Is what I'm saying.
You was on the other side.
You was from the beginning. Because I thought you was gonna have like a kumbaya moment.
Yeah.
Nah,
I thought you was gonna say like a little.
I wish I could think of some moments that I had like that, but I really.
You probably don't.
I really don't. But see, the thing is, because I know me, so I try not to put myself in those situations because I know where I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah.
And
But what happens if you'd have been like, "Oh, my bad, go ahead and take the spot"?
I did though.
They might have.
I wasn't gonna give her the spot though. I wasn't gonna give her the spot because I didn't know.
Not?
If I knew.
But she told you.
She told you.
So what you should have did was say,
"No, I'm already out."
So
They might have bought you lobster, bro. They might have bought your
It was
dinner.
just a park. She was already waiting. It's
But
like, okay, my
I
bad.
didn't see you. Where you was at?
Where
How
were
was
you?
waiting for it?
Well, the parking lot.
But in my mind, I'd be scared I'm gonna come back.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could get active.
She was not there. You couldn't see her.
But this is the thing. She wasn't. Listen.
Just like the person who probably
She wasn't facing. So I'm coming in this way.
Right.
The parking spot's right here. She wasn't on this side waiting to come in. She was past me. So I don't know if she planned on backing in or whatever the fuck. But I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to know you waiting if you're not even on the same side? Like,
Yeah, like my bad.
See, if I was her, I wouldn't even have said nothing.
you ain't put no blinkers on or nothing. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know?
The parking lot at the Red Lobster in Vallejo, it's like
small.
So it's Red Lobster's fault.
fucking box.
It's Red Lobster.
And so like she could have been there and somebody could have came and she probably would have had to back out the way to let them just come through like that.
If I was still in the car or something, maybe I would have been like, oh my bad, you feel me? I would have backed, but I was already out walking. Yeah.
I'm like,
He was already out the car.
I know he said if he was in the car. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I'm respectful for shit like that. Like if I felt like I did something wrong, like I ain't got no problem. Like, oh my bad, you feel me?
And you said you did say you're bad, but not you over exceeding her husband's energy.
Yeah, nah, because she
said, you ain't gonna. I'm not giving.
I just thought the story was something.
You ain't gonna do that.
It was gonna be some.
But the only reason why I came off like that because you already coming at me disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? You're telling me what I better be doing or whatever the case is. So it's like, what you finna do then? What you want to do? You're not gonna make me move and you're not finna touch me. So what you finna do? So now you just mad.
Something because his wife told him about it.
As on his point, the man gonna say something because then he gotta feel like he stuck up for his wife. You feel me? At some point,
I guess he did the right thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did.
It could have went real bad, bro.
It could have went bad for him.
Vallejo's Red Lobster, bro.
And then what she gonna say if it went bad for him? Because I wanted a fucking parking spot?
Right.
That's what happened though. That's just how it goes.
And it's just, I like to bring shit up like that because I don't think people think that far, especially when it comes to females and dealing with dudes. It's just like females bring this higher energy to other men and then I'm gonna go get so-and-so. It's like, okay, what if that don't work out? Yeah. What if something happened to him?
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a mess.
Yeah. So it's just like, what you come to do with that? Because I'm all with the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? So
I used to say that word all the time.
It's just like I'm all for. I'm better now though. Like I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy.
When was it?
So,
When was it?
That was some years ago.
Okay.
That was years.
Hey, it get real though. The parking spot.
I was gonna say parking spots used to really be a thing. If it was multiple people in the car, you'd be like, "Oh, go stand in that park." As soon as they come out, like, we really ready to fight over a park.
Yeah,
like,
I had somebody dropping off my son for school. Like the people would instead of like dropping their kid off and running, they would like walk their kids to school, right, to the classroom. So they would park, like block you in. Like if you park, they would block you right in.
Yep.
And one day they did that to me, and it was just the wrong day. It wasn't the kumbaya moment. You feel me? And I must have got out.
Nigga moved their car.
I was able to barely get out, like because I had to do some extra shit. And man, I had a whole ass coffee. I sat out there and poured that whole coffee on that lady car. Let everybody in the school. It'd be busy in front of the schools in the morning. I let everybody see it. Like. You just got to that
was like, don't nobody else do this shit no more when I come up here.
It was crazy. I wasn't even mad or nothing. Just real quiet, just calm. Just I want everybody to see this. Don't be doing this shit though. You know what I mean?
Hey, but I felt about you during recess.
Yeah.
But not
even at recess. In the office.
But as soon as I put off though, I kind of felt defeated though. You know what I mean? Because I was like, man,
she got you to that point.
She got me to that point. I don't like to get to that point. So. Yeah,
and
but it happens.
That's one thing that I learned about. That's how I learned how to control my anger. You feel me? Because I always felt like that. I always felt like if somebody could make me act a certain way, then you got the upper hand on me.
Yeah, that's how I be seeing that.
So I feel that.
Yeah. Kill them with kindness.
But I do feel you, Mac. How you said like sometimes you do got to show people. You have to show them and tell them whatever because I feel like some people, that's just how they live their lives.
Yeah.
You know,
They be like waiting for a moment to pop off.
And that's another thing too. Like you got them people that's just who about that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now you got two motherfuckers who just
ain't going back down.
nigga moments.
Hey. Man, I had a few of those. Unfortunately.
You don't say. Let's hear it.
Let's hear one. I be so calm, and like one of my sisters was just like, "You be so calm. Like I really wish I could channel that energy, but I'm like, because I don't like to let somebody take me there. It don't feel good after. I'm like, damn, I really just let you take me there. But shit, I done squared up with a few people. Like, well, fuck it. What, like you said, what we finna do?
Because I'm not good with the back and forth. I'm like, let's just get there. How bad are you? Like,
how far you willing to take
I'm not willing to come on my point. Like for that my parking spot situation. The reason why, because I did come at him calmly at first when he came in there, but because he wasn't in the car when that happened. Okay. So who knows what she told him? You know what I'm saying? Right. So he just came in there like, hey, I'm like, that's why I was like, yo, let me check you out. Woo, woo. But then he wasn't trying to hear me. So I'm like, that's when I was like, well, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? What you want to do?
Yeah, right. Shit. Hungry.
And what's crazy is, so we making the scene all in there, but I'm still like, I'm about to order my food, right? So, and then little did I know, it was like 4 other cats in there that I knew who was with the shit. And they were just like, he was like, what's up, bro? I was just like, bro. And I didn't even say what happened. You feel me? I was just like, bro, how you doing? I was like, I didn't even know you was up in here. Whoop. And I just left. You feel me? Because I already knew, like, it just would have been on some other shit. But
everybody's like,
it would have been a motherfucking brawl.
Yeah, for real.
Melee at the Little Red.
Hey.
Believe just started over a parking spot.
That's how shit really be, though.
It do.
The smallest thing, it just build up. Like your point, what you were saying too, you don't like to let people take you there. With me, I'm very like conscious of how I look. You know what I mean? Especially all tatted and shit. I know there's like perceptions of people. You know what I mean? To where I always, you know what I'm saying? I always be like holding back, even if it's my kids and they acting up. I always like I might want to grab them or yell at them or something. I'm like, man, people probably everything gonna look more aggressive just based off my appearance. You know what I mean? So I always would hold back and be like, you know, whatever. Like, wait till we get to this car where all these people are here. You know what I mean?
Like I'm gonna
take your ass up.
Yeah. You know,
damn it, me.
Right.
Yeah, but it's true because some people they don't care what nobody thinking, what nobody saying. They just react. Constant reaction mode.
And my thing now is just like since social media became a thing, it's like I feel like people do that shit for attention now. So now I gotta be like, I'm not even finna play his game because he just want to get filmed or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is like everybody monetize everything now. Everybody try to profit off all the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? So I don't try to be. I try not to mess that shit, especially in today's world, because now they doing it for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
And everything want to be a viral moment.
Yeah, that phone is a weapon. That's worse than a gun sometimes.
This weekend, it was Friday, Saturday. I went out. Dang, what's today? Sunday? Whatever. I went out the other day, and there was a pair, like 2 guys, 2 girls. And I think one of the guys was like a cousin to one of the girls or what have you. So they like arguing and stuff. And I'm just watching them.
Oh shit, it's about to get good.
Right. And in my head, I'm like, you could record this. And I was like, no, that's doing too much. I just want to watch. And so the girl's trying to fight the other girl's dude or whatever. Like she's really trying to fight him. Like she's way shorter. He's way tall. Like she's adamant. Like she's gonna. I was like, you gonna really come here try to fight this man? You think it's gonna end well? All right. So I'm watching.
You like, I gotta see this
Next
shit.
thing you know, I guess he was sick of her shit, and like she hit him. She did connect. I was like, ooh. And then he just bing, and I was like, oh my gosh. By the time my friend he came, he's like, no, bro. And I'm like, shh, don't get involved in that.
Let's see how far it goes.
No, that's really kind of where I was at. I was like, let's see how far this goes. And I was like, we could have recorded this, but some stuff you don't need to record it.
Yeah, I don't record nothing. Like I'm just good with the memory bank. Like, oh shit, this shit about to go down. Like you ever had those moments when you like see somebody back up and you know they about to hit a car and you go, oh shit, look at this.
Yeah.
You could easily be like, yo, but you like, oh shit, hold on, shit.
Damn.
Just want to watch it up.
And then they look at you like, I'm like, man, you didn't.
Oh man,
niggas been there, man.
That is funny.
Man, that shit like we really surviving adulthood, man. That shit was.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else could be hard about adulthood too, though.
Mine was my toughest thing becoming an adult was balancing going out and the amount of money I spend when I go out, and like making it somehow match up to paying the rent.
Yeah,
like having the rent.
It's like, you know, we just have fun today. Fuck them bills. Like,
I used to be bad with that shit.
Oh gosh, wait,
I still am bad with that
like
shit.
in 2 weeks, and I need to get paid. Like,
I know I'm still bad, but I definitely got better because I used to, I get paid here. Okay, I can blow this check. Don't even worry about that shit.
He said blow.
Yeah, like, cause I blow. I
easy
spend
to
some
get
money
that
in the
way,
weekend like it's nothing over nothing. Like, damn, I just spent just like when the whole COVID shit happened, I was like, I done spent 20 bands in fucking like a month. Bro, like, what the fuck did I do?
That shit go through your hands like water. Yeah,
especially any money you don't have no plan for, it's gone.
Yeah.
If you don't have no plan for it, it's most definitely gone.
That's true.
Especially if you have a trade.
Spend that motherfucker.
Depending on your trade too, if you work like hairstylists, barbers, tattoo, anything that you do something and get some money real quick, it's easy to blow it because then you're like, I'll just cut a couple of hairs, I'll come do a couple of hair, whatever it is. So it's
you
easy.
have to be really able to manage your money when that space.
Self-employed type stuff.
Yeah. Because like we're having a job and shit, it's just like, okay, I know I get paid in a week. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I get paid. I know I'm going to get, so fuck it. I'll just blow this and see what happens.
Don't come right back.
But, yeah.
I was so bad at that. Man.
My boyfriend, he's a barber, but he's good with his money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That stuff is like
No one taught
it's almost
me
like
that.
it's like you either
I
taught
told
with
my
it or
friend-
you got to go out of your way to learn it or something.
Kids taught me that.
Like, I know. I hope you're saving your money. And that's be like,
Like, shut
and
up,
then
bitch.
as I got older, I feel like, and you taught me to do that how?
You got to show by example. They just say it, but they
it
ain't.
was
You know
never
what I
They
mean?
really
like-
show you, like, this is what you need to do. This is how much money you need to put away.
Yeah.
Like, what are your
Yeah.
bills like?
Yeah.
Like, they ain't even.
I think the hardest part of me was saving. I think what it was is that like I know I can't. I guess like, well, money is just like it's made to be spent. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for me to be like, I'm gonna save it, just like for what? To spend it later? Like if I want to get something now, then fucking spend it. Like I never found the concept to be like save money. Like for what? What's the point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In case
It's always raining.
Hey, that's an interesting question.
Rainy day. Okay?
Yeah.
I'd rather
A random bit, just a rainy day.
But
Yeah,
majority
you
of
have-
people, this is how the rainy day goes. It's just like, why save for that rainy day when I can live life right now? You know what I'm saying? And then I can worry about that shit later.
What was life like that you had to spend? Like what was going on?
That's what you said.
It was worth it. Whatever
you
it
still
was,
think
it
that
was
way
worth
now?
it. Nah, I can't.
okay.
I can't afford to.
No. We in the moment. We living life.
Because again, I'm not
saving. Fuck it.
I'm not worried about me no more.
No. Fuck the kids.
I'm not.
No.
So that's what I wanted. That's what I was gonna ask you for everybody that got kids, because I keep having people trying to sell me like life insurance on the, for
That's
me and
real.
kids.
Oh, you better get.
So how do y'all feel about that?
Oh, definitely need it.
Damn, so I'm the only one.
Did you say how do y'all feel about it?
I wanna know
And then
how
we'll
you
tell
feel
you how
about
you
that.
feel about
To
it.
think
Oh
about
my
it,
God.
I'd be so tired of seeing GoFundMes and people making plays, car washes.
Listen, I'm not gonna make no play for me.
I even put something together at our church for people to come down and talk, so you can know how to create a will and have somebody talk to you about life insurance, because it's serious. That shit can be expensive. It is expensive.
To marry somebody.
I mean,
insurance
for sure.
is not that.
Insurance relatively is not expensive. It depends on your budget. It can.
I spend 50. I'll be upping it to 100, but I have like a all life super insurance policy. Like,
and also too,
so like I can take money out of
You ain't got no kids.
It's different.
What'd you say?
You ain't got no kids.
Even if I had kids, I still have insurance.
So let me
Well,
ask you
I'm saying,
this.
but you have it, but you don't have nobody to leave it to. Is what I'm saying.
I have beneficiaries.
Yeah.
They don't
It's
have
not
to
even about leaving something to somebody.
so that somebody else don't
It's
have
so
to
that
bear
we're
that
not,
burden.
when I go out, like everybody gonna be like, so what we gonna do?
Right.
How you feel about that?
My grandma
I
paid for her
insurance.
own funeral. My grandma ain't dead, but she paid
Pay
for
for
her
her
own
own stuff.
funeral.
Well, that's how I pay. I pay for my own shit.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody gonna take me even when I'm dead. I'll take care of it.
How y'all feel about
But I
that?
I
Leaving
apologize
money
for
to
not thinking that
kids.
far.
It's
What
okay.
do you mean, like leaving money for them? I think it's important.
Yeah, really? See, that's crazy.
I get your point of view. I get your point of
I think it's
view.
important.
Yeah.
Don't leave
I
me
do.
no busted up ass Cadillac. You better have some money.
Yeah.
No, I think that, you give them a better opportunity, even if they're like older, adults or whatever. And let's say like they're not doing so well.
Yeah.
And you unfortunately pass away. you can leave him a house, money,
That
whatever.
catapults
You know,
See,
it does.
See,
I
that's
know
a
a
trip.
number of people list randomly like this. I had an extended family member. They were selling a house in El Cerrito in the hills, and their neighbor was walking down, and they were like, "Yeah, we only was able to afford this house because his mom died." Well,
Yeah. See,
or if you get sick, or
Yeah.
like, let's say you had a great grandma, who knows?
But it
she had a
helps
house,
the
and you
kids,
like,
though.
dang, I don't really have nowhere to go, but y'all still have this house in your family. But
what's your thoughts? Because it's
Should I lay it on?
different.
Yeah.
Lay it off, bro. You
Yeah,
know I'm with
let
it.
me hear
my
it.
parents
Hey.
dropped me
You
on
were
car
like-
insurance and didn't even tell me. I
I'm-
was upset.
I'm real adamant on like my kids. Just like I tell them all the time, even what are they, 8 and 12, and I just tell them all the time, like, man, y'all better hang out with me and watch what I do and how I'm moving and people skills and this and that, because it's not a payout when I go. Like I'm not getting nothing. Like it ain't happening. Like you said, they might be doing well. Well, guess what? You ain't doing well. That's your reality. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
better hang out
But
with
you know,
Hey.
I understand that
You know what I
perspective
mean?
as well.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I get it because
understand.
he don't want to make it seem like don't think you just finna live off of me. You know
Well,
what I'm
that's
saying?
the thing.
Don't
well,
wait
that's
for
the
me
Is
to
that how
die.
you feel?
But that's
Yeah,
the thing too.
for
but
sure, for
I
sure.
mean,
Just because, like
I
for
mean,
instance,
you're not rich, right? I mean, we're
mean,
not
are
rich.
you?
We're not rich
Yeah,
today.
nah, I'm
right?
not
We're
rich, yeah.
Nobody here, I believe, unless you don't, I don't know, but I understand we're not rich. So
I'm rich in here. In my mind.
I'm rich and
Right. Okay.
it's
let's
I think I
go.
do all right.
But you know, like even with my parents, like they have insurance, they have everything. Like if something happens to them, unfortunately, like things are set up a certain way.
Yeah.
But my
Mine
brother
too.
and sister and I, we don't live our lives thinking like, ooh, you know, whenever they pass,
Yeah.
this is what it is.
Well
And that's
off.
good. That's
You know,
good.
we had our own business. Like also
Yeah.
too, they instilled in us like make sure you take care of yourself. Don't
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
depend on nobody.
Yeah, yeah.
Handle your business.
Yeah.
So that's always at the forefront, right? I have to always handle my own business.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Do you
That's
think
good.
do you think that people don't get life
It's a
insurance
plus, it's
because
like
it's like another bill? You think they just
Yeah.
like, man, that's just something else.
'Cause
we
it
need
is
to
A lot
be
of people
paying.
don't want to talk
It
about
is a
death
bill.
either. They don't want
Yeah.
if I don't talk about it, it ain't gonna happen. Type of thing. They don't like you try to bring it up to. I try to bring that up to like my mom, my grandma a few times, and they're just like, oh, I don't want to, because they don't want to face that reality,
Yeah.
even though it is a very real thing. I'm with the life insurance, especially when it comes to like the funeral thing. You know, they have
Yeah.
ones.
I mean, that's what
I'm
it's
with
mainly
that.
for.
Yeah,
That's what it's
yeah,
mainly
yeah.
for.
Yeah.
And
But-
then depending on how much your policy is, then other people can be paid out. But you know, if the policy is only to be able to cover the expenses.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
that's it. Then job done.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and everybody, you know,
But you
read
want
and go about your
something
business.
like
Yeah.
good, like you want something that's gonna be able to like work for you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Because
So
I actually
even
did
if
it.
you get sick, right? If you can't do the basic things like you can't feed yourself, you can't wipe your own ass, you can't walk or something. It's one more. Like if you can't do those things, right? You have like a surgery or some sort of midlife something.
That
like
can help
those
you.
policies. You can take that money and it can help
Use
you.
it
It
for
can carry you.
care.
It can
Carry you while
Yeah,
you're,
yeah.
you know, going through
Yeah.
whatever it is you're going through until you get back on
But
your
you
Yeah.
have to do your research because there's so much stuff
But
out
you,
there.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you
That's why I just be trying to be hella healthy. You know what I mean? So I can still get with like a
And then
younger
the bike
woman
comes.
later in life to where she can kind of just, you know what I
Take
mean?
care of me.
I kind of get good with a lot of RNs and all that type of
And she's gonna
stuff.
be like, "Do you have life insurance?"
Right.
Uh-huh. But yeah, no, it's
conversation.
interesting.
I was gonna be like, no, but if you hang around me long enough,
Watch what I do. Watch what I do.
I can teach you the
Yeah.
skills
Yeah,
to make you to get where you need to be.
But
Knowledge is power, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Put these crystals on, man. I'm gonna show you the way. I'm gonna show you the way. For real though. Yeah. But no, it's real interesting. Like even yesterday, for instance, I took my son and his cousin to the movies, and they got to talk about cars and all this and that. And he was like, "Yeah, I want to get." The cousin was like, "Yeah, I want to get this and this." And then he was like, "Oh yeah." Hey. I told him like, "Well, you saving up?" He's 15. I was like, "You started saving up for your car?" He was like, Nah, I think my grandpa, he said he's probably going to get it for me, this and that. And I must have been like, and then
I
my
started
son,
watching the movies like, see, that's that bullshit.
yeah. And then my son was like, "Man, really?" He was like, "Yeah, my dad said he'll match." I'm real big on like, I'm not super cold-hearted. Like, man, you got to get it out the mud by yourself,
Right.
this and that. But like, you're gonna match me. You know what I mean? You come up with this, and I
what my
match you
dad
that.
did.
You know what I mean?
But that helps
He was
with
like, "Give me at least
responsibility,
1,000."
though.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
think he needed
Yeah.
it. He was like,
Yeah,
"Just
yeah.
give me at least 1,000."
Cause
Yeah, it really,
tires.
yeah,
Yeah, because
exactly.
you want to show, you want to teach your kids like you have to work for what you want.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
That's period.
So
yeah,
that's where I
don't
come
like
from.
you know, like I never thought I was like, oh, I have to.
I literally
in high school I had to work for everything.
I had to figure shit out, man. I've been hustling.
See,
I've been hustling since I was a fucking kid, right? And my mom works like crazy. I hardly seen her, you know what I'm saying? And it was really real. Like I didn't figure shit out like until, like I said, I had a kid. I had to figure all this shit out. Like I didn't
hustling since you was 5. You didn't.
Nah. It wasn't no fine shit. It wasn't no fine shit. Cause I was at that age. I was just being a kid. Like I didn't give a fuck about shit. I was just out here running the streets, just doing whatever. But I didn't start hustling until I was like in high school. But my uncle like taught me that shit early though. You know what I'm saying? My uncle taught me how to like survive. So he taught me he just taught me that shit. So. It's just he taught me everything. That's why I was telling my son, cause my son, like I told you, like when he came in, like was just like thanking me that that I was like giving him advice and shit like that, and I was just telling him, I was like, it's my job. I was like, cause I don't want to throw it in your face, but I really didn't have nobody to tell me what I'm telling you.
How old is your son?
You know what I'm saying? My oldest is 16.
It had to be the oldest.
He right
16.
there. Okay, he right there.
And
Gosh, what would I do with this?
And I was just like with my uncle, I was like, my uncle didn't teach me how to live. He taught me how to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't, and cause that's what I made the mistake with him. Like I'm teaching him how to like survive the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be like this, you can't do. But he don't live the same life that I used to live. So it's just like
that's a big difference.
He didn't, and he explained that to me. My son was like, Dad, I'm not you. You know what I'm saying?
His son be dropping bombs. He be dropping gems.
And that shit really fun. And ever since that day, ever since he told me that shit, I never like question shit with him, you know what I'm saying? Because now I get it. Because you really don't live in my world. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have to fight for shit. You didn't have to be like, oh, that's mine. You didn't have to do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So with us,
and that's good.
It's just like you had to make a statement every time something happened. Like, oh, these motherfuckers think I'm a sucker, or these, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta make an example out of somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, but like with him, it ain't. He don't live in that world. He don't hang around those type of people. Like none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a beautiful thing to be able to be like, I grew up in this type of environment or saw these type of things, because how you was just saying, like you grew up in like North Richmond or hung out there, and then like you would see certain stuff in the city. And when you're exposed to so many things at an early age, I think that we push that on our kids sometimes. And we just know, like we look at the world in a different lens. And so for me, like I always tell my son, like you don't have the luxury of fucking up. Like you're a young black kid, like he's into dirt bikes, and at first he was really like going to the track and like riding on dirt, but now he switched over to like street riding, and that's one of the scariest things for me, because it's hella dangerous. And like what really like scared me, my son got pulled over by the police. And they had him sitting on the side of the ground, and they thought he was older than what he was, because he got a little mustache, he tall, and man, that shit crazy. But I like that your son was like, I'm not you.
My son got two emotions: happy, sad. Never seen him mad a day in his life. Never, ever. It seemed like never got into a fight. None of my kids never got into a fight.
Mature? He sounds mature.
Yeah.
I mean, for what he could be, he's 16. Right?
He is. He a teenager. He hella responsible. Like
tell about the school thing.
Yeah, he big on the school and shit. Yeah, like he'll really like cry about some shit. Like if he felt like he not gonna pass a class or whatever the case is, like he'll stay up all night trying to like figure out his work and shit. Like he real serious about the school. Like he don't talk. When it comes to school comes first with him. Like there's no gaming, there's no none of that. Like school comes first. He got to do his homework. Like he's serious about that. He's the only one that's like that though.
That's good. Because I feel like a lot of kids just be into play. Yeah. That's a small group of kids is like that. That's really into.
And I think I want to say I kind of put it on him, because I always let him know like he don't have to worry about like bills and shit like that. I always tell him your only job is just to do this. You know what I'm saying?
You only got one job.
Yeah, just one job. It's like you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to worry about nothing. So you shouldn't be looking at mom or dad to be like, oh man, I need to help him with this. Like that's not your role. You don't have to worry about that. We'll figure it out. So.
You know what I gotta say about your son, bro? That I just thought about, like how he moves and how he's about school and everything. That's like a real secure trait. You know what I mean? Like he's like secure with himself, because there's so many youngsters that like go out of their way to like fail a class or be bad or do this and that. He really just saying like, fuck that. This is my shit, and I'm gonna stick to it.
And he like he's like real, he's saving his money. He good at saving his money and shit. And Cause they ain't fucking gotta buy shit. But
not too mad about it.
But not
because he's not living life in the moment.
He's not living life. Like, man, bro, ain't buy that shit. What you saving for? I always tell him to save his money, but
live life
just
in the moment,
to show you how old he getting, right? He used to want to get this bike, and this bike was like $1,200, right? Like a regular bicycle, right? And he was just like. And he was like, man, I want to get this bike. I said, damn, but then you can get a car. He was like, that's what I was saying. He was like, I might as well just save for the car. I was like, hey, save up for the car then. Right. So, yeah, he
my
gone.
son send me pictures. I'll be like, why is this boy sending me $30,000 cars?
Well, I'm trying to drive this.
Well, you better put that shit on a vision board or some shit like that. You better cut pictures out or something.
But that's one thing I'm grateful for. Like, because my kids didn't grow up around like cable TV, you feel me? So they never seen commercials and shit like that. Yeah. So they don't like want for shit. They don't be like, oh, I want these type of clothes, I want these type of shoes. They're not materialistic at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like with them, when it comes to like clothes, they just give me whatever fit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like so when it comes to cars and shit, he like, just give me something that go from here to here. Like I don't care what it is. So my daughter though, she
wants some fly shit.
So how fucked up y'all think I am? That's my doppelganger right there. She's all she material.
The one who drew the picture?
Yeah. The youngest one that drew the fucking Snoop Dogg. But yeah, she want all that shit. She want all that shit. She want. Yeah, so, but she, you know.
And all kids is different.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Different, so
for sure.
No matter if they come from the same household.
Surviving adulthood, man.
For real.
I'm trying to survive adulthood in Charmane's world.
Okay.
She crazy. She crazy.
One thing you guys were saying, I know, you guys all have, kids and stuff, and you were talking about how your son really is into school and like making sure he does well and stuff.
He's not into school. He just doesn't like getting bad grades.
Oh, he doesn't like getting bad grades. I don't didn't like getting bad grades too. But one thing I had shared with, I don't know who I was talking to, and we were talking about math. And I was gonna bring it up, and I was like, no, I don't want them to know my business like that. But now I feel like I'm gonna share it. So I've never really been like, I was really good at math. Like I always like pre-cal. But before, when I was like in elementary school, we were doing like fractions. But my mom, fucking chaotic lifestyle. So like I remember like this period of time where like I didn't know fractions, like barely. Like I know what a fucking pie looks like, and you cut that bitch in fours, I could tell you all that. You get any smaller bitch, you lost me. Right. So like
I'm still like that.
Man, I was the only one who was really like bad at it. But I think I was telling like my aunt or something, and I was like, I never was really good at math or whatever. And I told her the fraction story. I was like, because during that time I didn't realize until I got older, but my mom, she had got her car repoed. Fucking being an adult, right? Got her car repoed, right? My backpack was in there. All my homework, because they used to give us homework for the week, like stuff for the week, and I didn't have it. So like when I would go to school and we would do fractions or whatever, I think if we were on fractions at the time, I would just never participate. Like I just, ain't that terrible?
You want to know what I
mean? And it was just something like how like our lives, I'm not a parent, but as parents, it affects our children. It really can determine whether they participate or whether they're active or they're like included. And my mom, she wasn't an active parent. Like she would only come to school if she had to. Like don't even call her. Just send a note if it's coming with me. But
and did that rub off on you? Like seeing her not really being like proactive in that, was you kind of, well, my mom ain't tripping? Was shit like did it make you like, I have to do this my own. I have to be the one that's going to be on top of everything.
No, it really just made me kind of just like do just enough.
Just enough?
Like do just enough. But then I used to like act out. I used to be really like aggressive and violent. So like I had like, that's how like I got attention or other things. Because I just used to like, I'm either cruising, doing really well and stuff like that I like. So that's like anything English, writing, talking, acting, playing, singing, like anything like that, I'm going to do good. Sports. But everything else, I just was just kind of like cruise on by it, so not cause no extra problems. But then like I had anger issues, like I just always like mad and shit. So
I had anger issues bad. I took boxing and got kicked out of boxing. And I was all fucked up.
They just put me in the program.
But with me, like I had no active people. See, I think with me, I was fucked up. But when it came to school, I never did my work, but I always showed up. I always showed up to school, but I never wanted to do nothing in school because of that phone call. I knew my mom wouldn't get it, but somebody would. My grandma, my grandpa was no joke. So I try my best not to get into a fight at school. Like any of that thing that'll get called back. If I got into a little fight where they just give me a referral or something, I'm like, okay, cool. But if it got bad, because sometimes we end up like having a brawl or some crazy shit happen, and it's like people get phone calls and shit. And it's like, damn, now I gotta fucking the last one-on-one fight I had in school. I was in the 7th grade. And I just kept thinking like, damn, man, I fucked up. My mom about to get it. I'm like, she about to flip out. And surprisingly, she was just like, because I know she just got out the hospital and shit too. And she came home, she seen me, she was just like, you all right? And I was like, yeah, I'm cool. And I was like, they just suspended me for a couple of days, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that was it. But I was just like, that was always my biggest fear, just pissing off my mama. Yeah. Because it was that thing. It was that. Like my mom already got a lot of shit going on. The last thing she needed is me to add to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know, like, even then, as a child, for you to like understand that, you know, to a certain degree, like, you know, because some kids are oblivious, though. You know, but for you to take that into consideration, like, I do not want to add another fucking thing.
Oh yeah, no, my mama been through a lot, and I seen a lot from her. You know what I'm saying?
They don't have the
even when I started hustling and shit, like I wasn't buying shit. Like literally everything went to my mama and shit. Like I wasn't flashy. I wasn't buying clothes and none of that shit. That just wasn't my thing. Because I know why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to feed myself. I got a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's just like if I can help out in the way I could, then I would do that. So
that's rare. A lot of people ain't doing that. How were you guys in school?
Man, I was not getting in trouble. My auntie was a teacher.
Oh,
so
yeah? You
all
on
the
lockdown.
kids knew her.
Yeah,
so she would come in the hallway, they knocking on,
I want to bring up a quick statement for you. About the whole math, the whole math thing, right? What I came to realize, or maybe it's just the people that I hung around with, the people who were better at like reading and shit didn't do good in math, and the people who wasn't good at reading was good at math. Because I wasn't good at reading and shit. So, but I know numbers, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it was easier for me to do math than anything else. So that's the only thing I want to bring up. It was just easier for me.
I think I'm equally good at both of them. Maybe reading and like.
Because I didn't read at all as a kid. Like I didn't. My first book I ever read was in 11th grade.
I'm sure you read before then.
I'm guarantee you I haven't.
He's like, nah, you don't trust me.
I mean, I've read shit, but I've never read a book from cover to cover ever until then.
I didn't either though.
Until then.
I just started a new book.
And now I got a fucking library at the goddamn house. So.
That's good.
Evolution.
Better late than never.
I'm growing, man. I'm still hard though. Still can't read. So shit. I still can't read.
Surviving.
I'm trying.
Do you ever ask people like when you're dating, like, can they read?
No,
I did. I've asked somebody a few times, like, can you read? Because you don't. I mean, like,
some people
I
can't.
I was at a job and they asked me something. I was like, during the interview, y'all never asked if I could read or count. So
you want to know why? You want to know why I won't?
Sometimes I do. It's funny, but
you want to know why I won't and why I don't care as much? Is because common sense holds a lot more values. And if you ain't got common sense, I can't even.
We can't do.
I can't do shit with you.
And that common sense is
like
my
mama barely knew how to fucking read, and my mama didn't got herself through college based off fucking common sense. You know what I'm saying? She's fucking nurse. You know what I'm saying? Based off common sense. You feel me?
She put in the effort.
It's like, but that's what I'm saying. It's just you don't have to know how to read anything. If you know how to do it, you know how to do it. What do you say on Drumline? Just because you don't know how to read the word toilet don't mean you don't know how to use one.
What about like, I'm gonna ask you, what about like when you see a woman that we married already, but like when you see a woman that like reads like that, like, oh, I'm reading this book, this and that. Is it like a turn on to you, or is it just all right, whatever?
It's not
that shit a turn on to me. What am I that? What's that? Sapiosexual or whatever? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
We all like only hell be in them crystals and all this shit.
Like where you get like turned on with like intellectual. Yeah. They was like, what's that? Like I made it up or something. You know what I'm saying?
I will be, but not because you're reading. Like I like to see your trail of thought just off thinking. Like if
within the conversation.
I don't want you to be like, oh, well, I read this book and they got me thinking this. Like I want you to, what did you think outside of that? Like that's the shit that trips me out. That's why I was talking about the whole dark shit. Like nobody talks about it. Like I know you all think of something, but nobody really brings it up.
Maybe the difference, like being something different. You know what I mean? Catch your attention.
Yeah. And I think Nobody really talks about why they are the way they are. People just think they are they are the way they are just because. Yeah. But it's just like, no, you got there. You got there. You know what I'm saying?
That's because people don't really have conversations anymore. Like, it's like, let's sit down.
They ain't got time. We got Instagram, baby.
No, they have
social media.
I like that.
We out here.
But it's not
very surface. Very surface stuff.
Yeah, people talk all the time. You can chop it up, but it's very surface. It's like, let me just chip away.
Yeah.
Let me chip away.
That's important. Yeah. I feel like when people in relationships, they should have like so much period of time where they just talk to each other. You know what I mean? Or just learn, ask certain questions. How you feel about politics? How you feel about like those questions that people try to dodge?
Yeah.
That shit is important. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people, they start with drinking and sex, whatever, and then they be like, damn, I got a kid with this person, and we don't agree on nothing.
That's what I was just
you know what
gonna
I
say.
mean?
Have nothing.
That's important.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Turn it on, you don't even like that.
Damn, I done fucked around and got pregnant.
No, but that's real though. I think it should be like the people. Like I always tell youngsters, like, man, you like this and this girl. Really find out what you like and what you know what I mean. What
not
you could
just
deal with.
appearance.
Yeah. I feel like that happens a lot with social media. They be like, oh, she bad. I'm gonna try to get at her. Man, you don't know one.
I tell my son that all the time.
Yeah. A lot of times it be.
She could be a nut. I just want a nut.
See?
Hey.
And that's
I'm not trying to get to know this person. Shit. You fucking or not? Next.
If you're not interested in that way, then that's fine too.
Yeah.
But don't fake it like you are really interested and you really just.
I'm sorry, but men have to fake it because women are very difficult. So we have to lie and do shit.
No, you don't.
So
you can just be honest.
That's not true.
Just be honest, man.
But based on
we're gonna start getting
based on
like this. This is where we start going like this every time.
I'm just saying, based on the odds, what are the odds that if I be honest with her, she's gonna say, okay, that's cool. Like I'm
90%.
Fuck out of
You
here.
don't want
I'm telling you, honesty is the best policy.
I think so.
I'm gonna do whatever floats your boat.
Because if she's into you, she gonna still fuck with you.
Yeah, you can say some wild shit
for her to
too.
think about it, but she's gonna probably
Hey.
take a block.
Man, this is what.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
We gonna agree to disagree.
We gonna agree to disagree.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, so you think we
I think we opened up and who?
we did. I think we gonna get into it, but
yeah. So
we're gonna close the case on this one though. We're gonna close the case on.
Reopen another one.
Yeah, we're gonna reopen another
for
one.
sure.
So
let's do it.
Yeah, case closed,
Let's do
baby.
the gavel. Hit the gavel on them.